to a Saturday Duel. Except I'm not going to be live for this, unfortunately. So I'm going to give my utmost sincere apologies to all of you in the chat, but mostly because this was Sascha and Colin's final duel. I just remembered today, because it is Friday night. Actually, it's Saturday morning right now at 12:19 a.m. of me recording this. And I just remembered today that I had made plans to go to the Columbus Air Show where the Thunderbirds are going to be doing their little gig. Last year at the Columbus Air Show that I went to, it was the Blue Angels, and the Blue Angels are going to be at the Dayton Air Show in a couple of weeks, and they kind of swapped. And so now here in Columbus, it's the Thunderbirds. Last year, I went to both of them, so I saw both of them, and I'm going to see them again, because if there's anything that I think is just raw, sheer, beautiful power, there are a few things in life that make me just stop and kind of have no words and just kind of be in awe. And that is watching F-16s, the Raptor, F-35, whatever it may be. Just the power of those kinds of engines and airplanes literally stop me in my tracks. So any chance that I can go, I'm going to go. I had made the plans to go to this before I even went to Korea, and didn't even realize until this week, until today, oh shit, I have a live stream, as well as this conflict of going to the air show. We got to be there at 12 because that's when it starts, and we got to leave by 11. So that would be when we normally do this live show. So I'm going to apologize at this last minute that this is going to be a recorded version of this. However, it still is going to be fun. It's just not going to be me interacting like I normally do in the midst of a live stream. I'm going to react as I do normally, but it's going to be recorded as we are recording it right now. But that also means, because this is our last and final duel, at least for this go-around, between Sascha and Mr. Colin Blimey Crompton, normally I would be the one like kind of running this show, obviously, but since I'm not going to be here, I'm officially putting Scott K, because I think he should be there. And if Scott K is not there, I would guess that, let's see, Ryan McGill will be there for sure. He's pretty much there every single time. So first is going to be Scott K. And then if Scott K is late because he's sleeping in, then Ryan, you're going to have these duties. And that duty for you, Scott K, and if Scott K is not there, for Ryan, is this duel has, just like the last duels we've had, 3 different categories. You guys are not going to know, because I don't even know, because it was randomized on who was going to go in what slot for each category. So it could be the first song is Colin, Sascha, Colin. It could be Colin, 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 just depending on how the flip occurred. And I put them in order based off the flip. So I don't even remember what that was. And so I don't even know whose song it is unless I were to look directly at it, which I don't have it up here. So I'm not going to be able to know either. But what you need to do is, after each category, so after we do 2 songs, you need to take a vote. Was song number 1 the best song, or was song number 2 the best song? Normally I would do this through a poll on the live chat, but obviously I don't think you can do a poll as a subscriber or somebody who's in the chat. But if you can try it, Scott or Ryan. But if you can't, just take a straw poll. There's usually no more than 15 people in a chat, so you should be able to do it. I think Scott can count past 15. I'm pretty sure. I know Ryan can, but I might, maybe not, Scott. So after each category, add them up, song number 1 or song number 2, and then keep the tally. So whoever wins the first category, whoever wins the second category, and whoever wins the third category. And then Colin and Sascha can either put in the chat, or maybe I'll say it at the end here, who did what, who said what song. I'll pull up the, maybe I should do that right now while I'm listening. I'll pull up who actually turned in the songs. and then you guys can declare who the winner is. If you have not been paying attention to these duel sets, this is Sascha turning in songs, and this is Colin turning in songs. Each have a category, and I believe Colin won the first duel set, and then Sascha won the last duel set. So now this is the tiebreaker to see who's the King of Kings for this first round of duels between these two, and see who the winner is going to be to talk shit for the rest of the time until they do another one of these bangers. So I'm going to read what Colin wrote because this is what he wrote. He says, well, here we are, folks. It's all come down to this. Me and Sascha are 1 for 1 in these duels, and so it's time for the ultimate decider. Who will come out on top in the battle of the cheese? Let's find out. Just as before, I'm putting a set on the line. So I don't know if Sascha, I didn't read Sascha's, but Sascha, if you lose, are you giving Colin a set? Because that would be a little unfair for you not to do that. But Colin is going to put a set on the line. So Sascha, if you win this, I think Colin's going to be paying for a set. But we'll have to see what the outcome of that is. So he says, this time around, the categories we will be doing battle in were chosen by members of the community. So some subscribers decided to be partakers in this and participatories in this. And he says those categories are, number 1, has to be from a band with 3 albums or less. So this first category between the two has to be a band with 3 albums or less. And this category was chosen by none other than Scott K, who can't count past 15 maybe. Number 2, most epic scream, originally longest scream chosen by Jason Gentry, and we banned ourselves from using any song featuring Daniel Hyman. Okay, so this was chosen by Jason, and this is the most epic scream, and Daniel Hyman cannot be a part of that. And then, of course, number 3 is power metal with deep/harsh vocals, which was chosen by Mr. Ryan McGill. So these are your 3 categories. I will try to say them once again. But as we get into category 1, this is going to be a reminder that this has to be from a band with 3 albums or less. And you are going to choose after you hear both, not the first one, but after you hear both of these songs back to back, you are then going to choose if you liked song number 1 better or song number 2 for category 1. So here we go with song number 1. I don't even know what it is, so here we go. Okay. Oh yeah. If it stays like this, it's going on a gym playlist. Hell yeah. I like the subtle keyboard in the back doing a run. It's really not high in the mix. Starting off with a solo.
I'm out of hearts. This world is rotting my flesh. I'm out of place.
I like his voice so far. It's not cheesy for sure.
I'm out of sight.
Spoke a little too soon.
I'm out of time. I'm out of the world.
Whoa.
Who am I? Who are you? Come on,
Nice little pinch harmonic.
no one knows. No one cares. Nothing ever changes.
Halftime. Oh, don't do the vibrato, bro. Oh, he sounds pretty good until he goes, whoa. He sounds like he's in the 10th anniversary of Les Mis. But man, the riffage in this is definitely powerful and good. The question will be, if this goes on a playlist, it's going to go on a gym playlist. does the vibrato ruin it enough that I can't handle even at the gym? Getting close. If it goes back into halftime again. Back into halftime. So it's got that verse, chorus that I like. Okay, good. That's the full time. Love that. Okay, is this a bridge? Damn. Love that fucking crunchiness. Yes, it's definitely the bridge, or not bridge, but like. I thought it was going to be another solo. Back to halftime. I like how it's pulling a little bit forward in this section. Beautiful run. Sounds very John Petrucci-ish a little bit. Nice. Ooh, nice legato. Ooh, and even threw in a sweep. Nice solo. Not over the top. Had some good, like, started off with some good soulful kind of movement, and then back to halftime. Oh, I just don't like his vibrato. If he just got rid of the vibrato, he doesn't have a bad voice. Man, that is a deep fucking riff. Is that it? That is it. I think this came up right before I went to Korea, but we definitely need, if we ever had merch on this channel, which we're not going to, unless you guys did it. You guys would have to take that on. The merch would definitely have to have one shirt that says, "Is that it?" Because that could like be used in many different contexts. Like, you know, after like a great show, you're like, "Is that it?" After a great song or not so great song, "Is that it?" After sex, "Is that it?" I mean, I know that's what they say with cucumber. Anyway, that was, as I said, a very balls to the wall. I'd call it maybe like 7 dick hairs. His cheesy vibrato and cheesy singing a little bit didn't make it quite like 9 dick hairs. So 7 dick hairs I think is a good one to fill out. And I think that would go on a playlist. Like, I don't think that his singing ruined it completely enough that I'm like, I cannot listen to that song. But I definitely did not prefer the vibrato. Vibrato, and whether it's in Broadway musicals, whether it's in anything, I just think a lot of times vibrato is cheating, number one. I've said it many times, because you're like not on the note. It's actually more difficult to just stay pure because you got to be right on the note. And without using any form of like AI technology, that's hard to do. It's hard to stay on the note, especially if your like voice is tired or you're singing live. difficult to do, and it just sounds better. It's more pure. And so, yeah, I don't prefer vibrato, especially when it's kind of a cheesy form of vibrato as well. But other than that, like that song, I will say might be a little tough for song number 2 to beat this. I do want to remind you, before we go into song number 2, this has to be from a band with 3 albums or less. This is chosen by Scott K as the category. However, just because they've only got 3 albums or less does not necessarily mean they're new. My first thought was, wow, they only have 3 albums. They must be a newer band, and they've only made 3 albums. But that might be true. They might have started back in 1980, although this recording sounds relatively new, engineering-wise. But it may just be that they only put 1 album out and didn't put one out for another 10 years, like Tool kind of did. So keep that in mind as we listen to this second song. Here we go. Song number 2 with Has to Be a Band with 3 albums or less. That's it. This is Lost Horizon, right? Awakening the World. Speaking of, I need to pull up the set list. Okay. I'm not going to look at it, but I'm just going to pull it up so that I can look at it later. Is this Daniel Hyman? Under the same sky as a mist dawning fades away to its lair. Silence and peace fills the air while the splendid day reflects its calm. Feeling the chill of a distant soul. Yeah, the lost ones cry from miles away. Okay, certainly not as energetic yet as the first one. Yeah. I like the bass. The bass is very up in the mix. As the smoke covers my eyes, misty night reveals a doleful land among the shadows, where only lost men go, struggling in the night, reflecting in their eyes. Not as much vibrato as the last song, but I think almost at least as cheesy, if not cheesier, of a voice. Nice! Put a little raspiness to it. Are we sure we're not in category 2? Epic Scream? Man, the bass is really rolling in this song, and I love that you can hear it very clearly. Unless something epic happens in the next couple of minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Oh God, please don't let this song be 10 minutes. Okay, let's hear the solo. Nice harmonies with the guitars. Time. this section is definitely the best section part of the song. Yeah, this is very much like a, feels like an RPG background song of like, Shroud door, back in the house. Back to the chorus. Welcome back. Whether this is Colin or Sascha, I really have no idea because both of them could pick this song. But I just imagining while I listen to this, both of them in the car going, "Welcome back." Does Colin, you drive? Do either of you drive? Maybe you don't drive. Maybe you ride the trolley. I can hit that note. I don't think I can hit that note. Unless I grab my balls really hard and clenched. Is that it? All right. That's a clear difference for me. I would definitely say song number 2 was way cheesier for me. Definitely not something I would ever listen to again unless someone asked me to. Yeah, it's just kind of like I felt like I was on a horse going like a gallop. The whole song was a gallop. Yeah, I don't think there was much I really enjoyed about that song. I think we definitely have had Lost Horizon on the channel before. I can't remember if my reaction to them was always like this or if they sounded different, but this song I definitely was not a fan of. Like, it's not a song that I would put on a playlist for sure. So now you need to take the vote. So Mr. Scott K, if you're there, please take the vote. Everybody vote song number 1 or song number 2. You have exactly 30 seconds to do this. Make it very clear. And then Scott K or Ryan, if Scott K is not there, please add up all of the 1s or 2s and find out what the majority is. Because I count as well, am going to go with number 1. Number 1 for this round of has to be a band with 3 albums or less goes to song number 1 for the captain. The captain. All right, you got about 20 seconds left to vote, so make sure you vote. And we'll find out who the winner is of category number 1 before we actually go into category number 2. One thing I will say while we're wrapping up this last 10 seconds of this first round is that tomorrow on the schedule, they don't have the F-22 Raptor, which kind of makes me sad because I do want to see it again. I love it. And they do have the F-18s. Of course, the F-18s, if you don't know, are the Navy F-16s, basically. They're essentially the same plane almost. So I will be interested to see that as well. Last year at the, I think it was the Columbus and the Dayton one, they had F-15Cs there, which are, if you don't know, the Cs are like the special ones. And they had like 4 of them just constantly doing flybys, and I was like, oh, so awesome. They're not going to be there either. So outside of the Thunderbirds and the F-18, probably just like normal demo, I don't think tomorrow's going to be all that exciting. It'd be cool if they had an A-10 there, but I didn't see if they did. Anyway, that wraps that up. Let's get into category number 2, which, to remind you, in category number 2, this is Most Epic Scream. And chosen by Jason Gentry, and they banned themselves from using any song featuring Daniel Hyman. So Daniel Hyman is eliminated from even being chosen. So here we go with Most Epic Scream, song number 1. I don't know who it is, but here we go. Guess it's Manowar. Is the song Kings of Metal, or is it just a... Let me turn it up. I've got it all the way up. I hope this does not kick in and blow my ears out. So now I'm going to be anticipating this epic scream. Okay, I like the tempo. Remember, you're judging based off the epic scream, so try to eliminate all the other stuff that you would normally judge a song on. You're judging it on the epic scream. I love how he threw in that extra wow! I do like that. Bam, bam, bam. Kingdom of what? Well, pal? Kingdom of? Metal? I hope he throws in the extra little. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it. Man, this is a very, like, chill song. I do like that part. Down, down, down. Kingdom Walls. Fuck. Remember, we're just judging on the screen here. Okay, it sounds like it's fading out. Man, I could not imagine having to go out and sing that shit if you were like sick. And ultimately on tour people do get sick, so that would be tough to pull that off regardless. All right, we're judging on Scream, song number 2. Here we go. Remember, you're not judging on whether you like the song better, because automatically I like this song better. That's not going to be the influence of my decision. 100%, I like this song better. But I have not heard a scream like the first song, so. It's interesting, this song, as in like form, with the heavy riff and stuff like that, sounds like. Okay. This is going to be a tough one to decide based on the criteria, but I want to know if song number 1 of the first category is the same person as this song, because the songs do sound, but I think it'd be interesting if it was a different person who chose this from song number 1 of category 1. I definitely dig this song more than the first song in this category, but scream-wise, the first song has it so far. We'll see how what's left. Sounds very obithish. Yeah, even like the scale is very obit. That was an interesting switch. Adam Sagan, Anthony, what was that? Different singer, obviously, but like the feel was very open right here.
Is this what we are all in for? Is this what we are all in for? Is this what we are all in for? This is what you were all in for.
Yeah, dude, this song, like song number 1. Flamenco Spanish feel. Jake Dreyer. Pretty clean there. Oh, it sounds like it's on an acoustic guitar or a nylon. This song and song number 1 might go on a playlist. This started out heavy, but Dryer, baby. I do remember both Colin and Sascha talking about this guy, so don't know who chose it, but that was nice. Da, 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 da. Everybody was tight there. Say John Dreyer, it's Jake Dreyer. Okay, there better be a fucking epic scream or song number 1 of this category is gonna win for me, even though I fucking love this song more than that one. Okay. All right. I mean, I basically said it. I would put that song, I think, on a playlist, but it scream-wise, for the category which was chosen by Jason, song number 1 of this category, I think, had the better scream, and that is really what the category is all about. So whoever you are, number 1, I think, for my vote anyway, you just got by with the skin of your teeth, because I don't like that song. That song I wouldn't listen to again. I definitely like this song. It probably will go on a playlist, but I'm going to give you my vote because of the context of the category that was chosen. And that reminds me, that's what makes these duels so interesting, is that not only do you have to pick a song according to the category, which in this case was chosen by other people for each category. Number 2, you got to pick a song that you like and you think is good, but you also have to be keeping in mind the context of the category. So again, I can see why the person who chose song number 2 in this category, by the way, you should be voting right now, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2 while I'm blabbing right here. And Scott K or Ryan, you need to be adding up. My vote is for number 1. And you got to be thinking about the category and fitting. I can tell why song number 2 was chosen, because there were some screams in there, but it was more based on the song being good than it was about highlighting the screams. Whereas song number 1, if I'm going to be, honest and scientific about it, fit the category better, even though it was a worse song in my opinion. So you got to think about that. And then you got to think about what would everybody else tend to choose or like. So there's a lot that has to go in your picking of these songs. So to be honest, I don't think I would ever want to do a duel with anybody, because I would get my ass totally raped like I was in prison. Because I don't think I would be able to think about all those variables going into it. So you got 10 seconds left to vote. 10 seconds. So I do want to just say I give you guys credit, Sascha and Colin, for even attempting to do these duels. This is now the 3rd one. And again, the last thing I'll say before voting ends and we go on to category 3 is that song number 1 was very similar in nature to song number 2 in category 2. And I would say song number 2 and song number 1 from the 2 categories were more alike. I'd be interested if those were the same people that chose those same songs, or if it was opposite of each other. That'd be very interesting. We'll find out afterwards, because I will look at who actually chose them. All right, so voting should be ended, and hopefully Scott K or Ryan are tallying the points for category number 2. And you can put them in there now, or you can wait till the end to put in who the winners are. I think it's more fun if you wait till the end, which also makes everybody stay for the whole thing. Unlike Cucumber, who stays for very small sections of it, then leaves, then he may come back, and then he leaves again. Cucumber, stick around for the whole damn thing, and make sure you know who the winner is. So I would say my advice is to announce the winners of each category at the end. But you do what you want, since I'm not there. Okay, category number 3 is power metal with deep, harsh vocals, and this was chosen by Ryan McGill. So here we go with song number 1 and category number 3 of power metal with deep, harsh vocals. Remember, that's how you're judging the song. If there's no deep, harsh vocals in this, but it's a great song, and the other song has deep, harsh vocals, but it sucks, you got to pick the song that has deep, harsh vocals, because that is the category emphasis. Here we go. I feel like I've heard this song before. We just had this song on the channel. I feel like I know this. I know this song. So, I actually like the harsh vocals for the context of harsh vocals. But I wonder who, you know, the kings of harsh vocals, Ryan and Scott K and such, how you guys feel about his harsh vocals here. I'm sure I'm going to read the chat later. Is this the same singer as like... Get out of here. I gotta turn this down, it's in the red. Probably can't even hear what I'm saying. Little ditty. I feel like I'm back on my horse, galloping. RPG style. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. That part may have won it right there. It fit perfectly because like it's been like this the whole time, and then it just went boom. That was cool. Nice breakdown there. You can see why this song was chosen. Almighty One, bringer of the winds and rain. We seek reprieve from our existential pain. What is our purpose? What have we been put here for? What is your plan for us? Tell us what our fate has in store. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but in this song, in this context, I actually prefer the harsh vocals over his that. Yeah, get away from those. Bringer of night and day, creator of life. Even as your knowledge grows, your minds will never know what lies beyond this world before it's your time. Don't think I would put this on a playlist, but for harsh vocals, I dig it. In that category, in that context, I'm digging this. Man, it's in the fucking red. I hope you guys can hear me talking because this song is in the red. Nice whammy bar. Rundown. Okay, the song is starting to drag on a little bit. I think it needs to end soon here. Did they hear me? I think they did. Okay, so in the category of power metal with deep, harsh vocals, which was chosen by Ryan McGill as the category, Song number 1, I'm going to say, is going to be a little hard to beat. I definitely liked his harsh vocals, and in this context, I preferred his harsh vocals over his fucking cleans. Which, I don't know if that's ever happened before. So, all right, let's get to song number 2 before we vote on this final category. Here we go. Okay. I love this fucking riff here. Very similar to 1, but the first category.
The war is over and people are lying. Dead and buried in motherland. Cause it's common ground and the world is dying. Dead and buried and done and buried. Alone and I know they are lying there. Awake to madness and
Okay. If something doesn't change, I'm no harsh vocals or deep harsh vocals expert, obviously. But this does not sound as polished or good as the first song so far. But I fucking love that riff. It's got a very Symphony X riff. Okay, Adrian, if you're listening to this right now, I know you're not a fan of Sir Russell, but come on, if Sir Russell was singing this, it would sound better. You gotta agree with that. Come on. Come on, Adrian. Don't be stubborn. At least admit that Sir Russell would sound better on the song than this dude does. The riffage is very Symphony X. So if it keeps going like this, I think I have chosen song number 1 for every category. I think. Damn, this riff is good. If I was choosing it based off overall song, it would definitely be more of a difficult decision. But based on the category description and what we're going for, song number 1 definitely takes the cake for me. Spirits of the dead are calling. Are they? Freaking bug keeps flying in my face. And that is the end, folks. Okay, so you need to be starting your voting right now for the final category of Power Metal with Deep, Harsh Vocals by Ryan McGill. I am going to pick on the context of harsh vocals, definitely song number 1 for me. Which means I have chosen song number 1 for each category, which is a rarity. But the caveat that I will say is that in category number 2, I actually enjoyed song number 2 better, but I had to choose number 1 based upon the criteria of that category, which you all hopefully are doing as well. And so you should be adding up all of the votes, one or two. And then once you have done that, you can add those up and say who has won each category. Well, not who, because I'm about to describe who actually turned in the songs, because I don't know yet. This actually could be either of these guys, because I think both of them have turned in both of these or all these bands at some point. Yeah, so let's go through while you're voting, and I'll tell you who, and if you want to post who won each category as you're doing this right now. Finish up your voting. All right, so in category number 1, which was, let me see again. Category number 1 has to be from a band with 3 albums or less, which was chosen by Scott K as the criteria or category. Song number 1 was Colin, with the band was called Sunburst, and the song was called Out of the World. And then song number 2 was Lost Horizon. The song was called Welcome Back, and that was by Sascha. So for me, I picked Colin for category number 1, and Sunburst will probably go on a playlist if I can listen to it again and realize that I can get past the choke the chicken, because the riffage itself is something I would love to listen to in the gym to give me energy, but we'll see. I'll have to listen to it again. But if you picked song number 1 in category 1, then you picked Colin. If you picked song number 2, then you picked Sascha. So whoever has the most, please reveal that now for category 1 if you haven't done so already. In category number 2, which was most epic scream. Remember, you should be voting based off of that. Manowar was the first artist in song number 1 of category 2, and the song was called Kingdom Come, and that was turned in by Sascha. So I picked Sascha, though I think you got lucky because I actually liked Witherfall, which was the second artist, and the song was called What We Are Dying For, which was by Colin. So I picked Sascha regrettably because I actually liked the other song better. But by the category standards, I think, Sascha, you won that category for me. So if you guys picked song number 1 in category 2, then you said Sascha won, and then Colin if you picked song number 2. So now, for me, because right now it's a tie, because I've picked Colin and I've also picked Sascha, the category number 3 is going to be the tiebreaker for me. I don't know how it goes into the regular chat. But song number 1 was Paladin, the band, and the song was called Genesis, and that was by Colin. So for me, Colin would win this duel set. The second song was by the band Gravedigger, and Spirits of the Dead was the name of the song, and that was by Sascha. So if you picked song number 1 for category 3, you picked Colin, and if you picked song number 2 for category 3, you picked Sascha. So you can now declare who the winner is of this tie-breaking duel set number 3. And whoever that winner is, whether it's Colin or Sascha, I want to say congratulations. And once again, sorry that this is not live as it was intended to be until my old memory came back today at the very last second. It is now 1:15 a.m. here, and I'm going to finish up this recording. But one of you is happy, and I don't know if Sascha offered to buy you a set, Colin, if you won. But Sascha, if you won, Colin definitely owes you a set because he said it. So I would like it if we did more of these dual sets because I think they're absolutely a fantastic idea and they're fun and I enjoy it. It brings a new kind of vibe to how we do this. So outside of Sascha and Colin, why don't you other motherfuckers, because I think Baggins is the one who started this with Scott K. Some of you other dudes and dudettes need to try to challenge somebody just to have some fun. I think it would be a great idea to see some other subscribers jump in on this to see who can win that competition. It'd be really fun. So on Monday, it will be live because I have nothing scheduled on Monday. And that is going to be Sascha's full set that he had won from the previous duel set that he won from Colin. So that will be on Monday. So try to be here on Monday. We just had a couple of sets turned in. Adrian Widener turned in a full set, so that will be coming a week from today, or when you guys hear this, it is Saturday for me as well. So, or no, I'm sorry, that's on Monday. A week from today is a hodgepodge set that a bunch of you are involved in, and I have, let's see, I think I have Adrian, Scott, and Colin's song, but I do not have Ryan or Cucumber's song yet. So make sure you turn those in before Saturday, or before Wednesday, because I gotta load these up before I lose time and don't have time to do it. So hopefully you guys have a great Saturday. Hopefully I have a great Saturday too. The weather is going to get absolutely nasty here in Columbus starting on Sunday. Tomorrow or today, Saturday, is supposed to be somewhat pleasant because a cold front came through today and some rain a little bit, just a teeny bit of rain to cool it down a notch. And then it's going to get fucking 97 degrees for like 4 or 5 days straight, which is going to suck ass for my air conditioner more than anything. And I also hate it when it's that hot. So this is the captain saying, what a great fun time as always, Colin and Sascha, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it even though this is not live. So this is the captain saying, peace out.